Hello, afternoon, ladies and gents. Just hopping in right quick, by request, by very late delivering request of a rig rundown for the Mr. Greasy Guitarist. So, yeah, let's dive right into it, huh? So, I guess to start first is the guitar I use, mainly with Khepera. This is the Gojira Duplantier signature Charvel, which is no longer in production, but yeah, super awesome guitar. I got it because honestly, it just felt so comfortable to play upon first impression. I usually don't jive with a guitar immediately, like it felt like it was already worn in with my hands. But yeah, super cool. It features his signature Fortitude pickup, which is super nice, and a PAF 36th anniversary, both DiMarzio branded. I'm a big DiMarzio fan. You know, Gojira uses DiMarzio, Revocation uses DiMarzio, Death used DiMarzio X2N. So I'm really happy to be able to rep brands that my heroes and the ones who inspire me use. So yeah, moving on from the guitar, here is the pedal board I use. This is pretty much the main configuration. I had to do some tweaking recently just because I use such a small pedal board. The newest addition is this noise gate, because these riffs, they be noisy, bro, with all the gain. So I finally had to become a professional gatekeeper of the noise. So I got that Ibanez Pentatone, which isn't really talked about. It seems like it's relatively newer. I believe it was from the preamp they did. So they decided to, hey, just take that one section, one knob, 4 cable noise gate, and put it as a pedal. So this has been super useful. I'll say quick review. It does what a noise gate needs to do. I just see it as if you're looking for note sustain, even on this low setting and even dialed back, it can cut your notes a little too quick. But for my uses, it takes out random grounding, hum issues, and just the typical dirty power issues. Here is my tuner, which is an old version of a Korg. Is it the Pitchfork tuner? I can't remember, but it does what it needs to do. I needed a tuner to both be able to tune my guitar, but I wanted one that silenced your signal as you tuned. So I like this thing a lot. I mean, it's a tuner pedal. I'm not really crazy about them. As you can see, I kind of have a daisy chain, so kind of intermission. I have this Ojai or Ojai Strymon power block down here, which is nice. So all of the pedals, except for my Nano attack here, have their own power channel for the best kind of like noise isolation, power isolation. But as you can see, I don't have enough cables to be able to run this isolated. So what's nice about this Korg tuner is it can daisy chain, which brings a little bit of noise, but this handles it well. So anyways, this is like a big foundation of my tone. Again, it's a one knob pedal. I'm a simple guy. This was one of the first guitar pedals I ever bought. First drive pedal, aside from like the Rats, but I didn't get a Rat, a Proco Rat, for the sake of tightening up the tone. Here it is. I got it because of doom metal. Anyways, so yeah, this thing is super nice. It's notched. It's 6 notches, so super simple. It is taken from the Horizon Devices Precision Drive, I believe. It's literally the attack knob, just ripped from that pedal. So it does what it needs to do for me. You know, if you want to, it pretty much messes with the mid-range from what it seems like in the bass response. So for like mesas, I use it on the 3rd. But for my 5150s and this orange Super Crush that we're about to see later, notch number 2 is really, really dope. Anyways, love this pedal, super simple to use. I highly recommend it. I don't think they make it anymore, so if you can find it for resale, definitely get it. Probably the simplest drive pedal there is. Okay, so into some of the more effects loop effects here, right? So this is the JHS Flight Delay pedal. Super awesome. I love the versatility. I love how tweakable this pedal can be. What was important for me was the tap tempo being in 1. I had a previous, which I can grab here, delay pedal here, which is, you know, it's fun. The Canyon delay is fun. It's got all these, you know, modes and cool sounds and blah, 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 blah. And it's a little bit more simpler and it's dirty as shit. But you needed to have an external tap, and I just didn't want to mess with all that. So I got this last Christmas, I think. So not this past year, but the year before. And really like it. I will say, and I don't know if anybody's mentioned it, there's a weird thing that happens because it is a self-oscillating pedal. If you go all the way down in the repeat, right, like when you're using it when it's on, it's awesome because it will never fade, and you can do all your noisy stuff or whatever. If you need to have, what I use it for is in between songs, so it works as a good transition. Problem, when this thing is turned off and you still have it oscillating, it will start cutting your signal. It starts chopping it up like a tremolo. I don't know if that's something that can be fixed. I don't know if there's like a weird power thing going on. That is the only little quirk I have with this pedal. So when I have it bypassed, I make sure it's here so the silence or whatever it is just doesn't affect my tone. All right, here in a reverb pedal. Now this is the Walrus Audio Fathom. This is actually a new addition as well. Not necessarily, I've had this pedal for quite a while. The tried and true, and you'll see from a picture from last year or something, was this. Literally for this last show at Black Magic, I switched out for this. Now there's a lot of cool noises. It's a nice like ethereal kind of delay. It's kind of like the opposite side of the same coin of their slow reverb, I think. So it's cool, but what I really wanted to use it for was this sustain knob here. So this is essentially a freeze, which is super useful for, again, like the transition between songs. And I wanted to use it for Despondent Sea, which, funny enough, this is the aquatic themed pedal. But the middle section of Despondent Sea is very like soundscapey, so this helps. And there's a slight modulation that goes on. There's 4 selectable reverb programs, which is pretty nice. So a lot of versatility, a lot of tweakability. Unfortunately, I use it pretty reserved, so it's pretty much like EQD stuff. It's for a specific like post crowd. And honestly, I can't recommend the Ghost Echo enough. It is a beautiful reverb, and it's just got some spooky vibes to it. It's a little noisy, but this has been my tried and true for a long time. So as you can see, I have a unbranded generic Hotone foot switch for my orange Super Crush. The Super Crush 100 is now my main amp for Khepera. I'm a big orange fanboy. I like, you know, I like Mastodon. I like stoner metal stuff. You know, so it's kind of got that nice vintage voice. Though the Super Crush is like a solid state equivalent to the Rock Reverb, which a Rock Reverb is super gnarly, but very much out of the price range for a brand new one. And I just didn't want to worry about, you know, tubes as much for live sound. I wanted to have something that was a little bit more, less maintenance conscious, if that makes sense. I don't know. I haven't had to like retube my tube amps yet, but yeah, it's fun. It's super sick. It gets super tight from that Nano attack from earlier. So funny enough, Troy from Direlands was very curious on how I got the Super Crush to sound so chuggy. And he's not the only one, man. I feel like every other show, somebody's like, you're using an orange, but your tone is so tight. Because when people think orange, they think fuzz, they think, you know, rock, or they think just like looser sounds. I really like orange because for me, I do a lot of chords, a lot of not multi-voice, but a lot of stacked chords, and I really want my notes to come through. So I feel like orange, there's just something in the mid-range that really helps it. And I think they're unique. I love that they're orange, you know, and I have a matched 212. This is I think the PPC 212. It's the vintage 30s. Though one of the speakers is not a vintage 30 anymore. We had a show where we were playing and the cab just died. And one of the speakers died. So there is a red coat in there now or something. I'll double check with the details and put it in the description. And then for shits and giggles, just to show you the picks I be using. So this was my old workhorse, these Jazz 3s, the 1.14 millimeter. I don't know why, but my picking style has kind of changed. So this puts a lot of strain on my wrists. Like I'm playing it ambidextrously. Wrist. Now I have moved on, actually due to Mr. Greasy Guitarist. I have tried out the James Hetfield White Fang custom flows. So these are super sick. It's beveled. Again, 1.14. That seems to be the thickness that I like. Beveled. It's got grip on these, which is cool, I will say. Funny enough, they're kind of counterintuitive, it seems, for my playing, because if I start sweating, this grip, it messes with my thumb. I don't know, there's something about it that I do not like, and I'll start like shifting around, and it feels like it slips or it sits weird. So I have now moved on to trying out just the regular flows. So they're stuck in this purple. But yeah, this is just a traditional flow in 1.14. No beveling, which I don't really need a bevel. I mean, as you can see with my old Jazz 3s, they're not beveled. The beveling makes it a little smoother for string skipping and all of that. But yeah, no, I'm becoming quite a fan of the flow. I feel like it helps relax my wrist and arm a little bit more. I'm able to actually adjust the pick a little bit more on the fly if I feel like it's slipping, because the Jazz 3s are very volatile. Like, if there's barely any movement for me, like, I'll just drop them. So moving on to the flows, they're less glamorous, I will admit, due to the, how cool and cut Jazz 3s are. And a lot of my favorite guitarists use those, but I mean, the flows probably slipped on kind of guitar pick. Maybe next I'll try jumbo jazzes, but the flows are here to stay for the moment. And again, for shits and giggles, I wanted to show y'all my Hotone Pulze Mini little practice amp. Yeah, so this is probably what I'm gonna try to use a lot for like those videos that I do where I'm playing along to a track. I mean, I love my neural DSP stuff, but I just wanted something a little bit better than the Boss Katana that I had. So yeah, not many people are talking about that Pulze Mini. I think it sounds super sick. I saw Ola England talking about it. The amp sims already loaded in are great. I have a Khepera tone sim in there where I'm using a rock reverb sim, which again, like, is my super crush. So yeah, that was a very lengthy gear rundown for the Mr. Greasy Guitarist. So hey, if you got to the end, thanks for watching. Sorry, this format's kind of new to me. I'm sure I could have cinched it in little areas, but I just wanted to kind of use this off day from such an awesome weekend to talk about the Khepera live rig. So yeah, if you have any questions, and if I didn't cover anything, just comment below in the Instagram comment section or whatever. And yeah, we'll see y'all in February. Stay well.